Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'm reading Matthew 20 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, "For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour, and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the sixth and ninth hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers, and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? That take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last even unto thee, even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. And Jesus, going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples away apart in the way, and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock, and to scourge, and to crucify him. And the third day he shall rise again. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him, and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my 2 sons may sit, the one on thy right hand, and the other on the left hand, in thine kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, We are able. And he saith unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the 2 brethren. But Jesus called them unto him, and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister, and whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. And as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. And behold, two blind men sitting by the wayside, when they heard that Jesus passed by, cried out, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou Son of David. And the multitude rebuked them, because they should hold their peace. But they cried the more, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou Son of David. And Jesus stood still, and called them, and said, What will ye that I shall do unto you? They say unto him, Jesus, that our eyes may be opened. They say unto him, Lord, that our eyes may be opened. So Jesus had compassion on them, and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Alright, guys, so here we have the parable of the men that actually worked. So they all decided, the employer, I'm going to use employer and employee here, okay? Because that's what it is. So the employer employs you, and you agree to a certain payment, right? You agree to a certain compensation package. So if someone shall come after you and they agree to the same package as you, not because you were working there years before, does not mean that they should not get what you were receiving. They asked for it, so they're entitled to it. And not because they came after you and they agreed to be a manager or to get a much larger salary, doesn't mean that they do not deserve it, and doesn't mean that the employer is unfair. You are receiving the compensation that you agreed to, right? Because if you don't, then you'd have made a counter offer, and based on that, you and your employer would have worked out a different compensation package. However, if you agreed to the compensation package that you were offered, then that is what you will be getting. Correct? So you and the employer has a contract there. You'll work for a certain amount of money. So if somebody else comes in and they're in the same role, or they decide that, okay, they're coming in a bigger position, they applied for it, that position was open and they applied for it and they received that position, then it is theirs. And there's no ill will done there. Okay, so not because you think that you did the work doesn't mean that it's yours. Likewise, if you enter into the kingdom of God, not because you're there for 20 years doesn't mean you're superior or you're above someone in spiritual maturity that is there for 1 year. It doesn't mean that you're ahead of somebody who is spiritually gifted, who is basically gifted by God from the womb, because it is God that gives gifts. Okay? He's the one that gives gifts, that gives spiritual giftings to people, and not anyone else. And so if he gives that gift to someone else, even if they haven't been in the faith for 100 years and you have been in there for 100 years, it is theirs, and they are the greater among you. And if it is that they're called to minister to you, then it is so. They are to minister to you, not because you are more senior than them in faith or even in age. Doesn't mean that you should supersede them and you should preach to them and they should not preach to you. So this here teaches us that we need to appreciate the position which we're in, and to know who we are and be content with who we are. Not content in the fact that we do not want to aspire to more, because if we do pour out to God and he sees it fit and he sees what we're doing and he sees that we're willing to work for him and that we need this spiritual empowerment in order to carry out the work that we really truly desire to do for him, and we do have that willpower to do for him, then he will bestow these gifts on us. But if we're not at that place, he cannot do that for us. And so we need not be jealous or envious of others that are in that position, but we need to use it to encourage us to work better. So God is not unfair and unjust in leaving us at the position that we're at. All right. So basically, that's what that was saying. I hope I explained it in a way that you'll actually understand, and I didn't lose anyone there. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna leave that right there. So please remember to continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.